That's right.
Definitely one of the most beautiful hills out there. 5 years from now, retractable blade that is functional, reliable,
And looks good.
looks good, dependable, and one more aspect. How about price range, kind of sort of.
That's difficult. I can't forecast that just because prices right now with the influx of Chinese imports and whatnot is difficult to predict what pricing is going to be, especially if I don't know how much it's going to cost to produce. So, I mean, of course, I'd like it to be affordable because, you know, it's the Walmart mentality. If you can sell 1 million things for $1, you're going to make more than just selling one thing for 1 million. So, you know, it would be better to be able to be in a range where people could afford it. But that's just going to depend on all those factors.
How important it is that if you develop this technology, to once again make it a U.S. make here in U.S. like you do.
Very important. Very important. You know, we do a lot of things to survive, and like we will sell some of the import stuff because we have to compete. But my love for the industry and my love for the business and the art of it is being able to design, make, manufacture, and control every aspect of that in-house. And if I can't do that, well, it's not as fun. Not as fun.
So besides you doing the retractable blade, will this be something universal across all your hills that you already have existing, or are you just gonna?
That's going to depend. That's going to depend on the actual implementation of the technology. There are some things I think that it would be very challenging to fit in. You know, some of our more slender designs, or obviously thin neck designs, would be difficult to get that in at this point. We'll have to play it by ear. You know, I can't predict that yet.
Yeah, there's a gentleman here. He goes by Jedi Shaggy. He has developed a few like it's not a hill. That's just more of a staff. And also last year I bumped into these guys. They were doing some kind of a retractable. I know they just got funded. I'm surprised they're not around because I really wanted to pick their brains. When I saw it last year, the blade was very flexible.
Yeah, so that's the real Saber, guys. That technology has been around for a while. It's actually very similar to what Disney was using on the Star Cruiser.
Correct.
It's basically like two tape measures that sort of extend out, but you can't tilt it because it'll collapse. Right now, the lighting for what they were using is just baselit, and it's not very bright. But still, hey, I got to applaud them for getting as far as they got. It is a very difficult road for what they were doing, and there are other methods. There's the twisting, you know, segmented blades out there. There's a couple of different styles of blade technology that people are trying to work on, and I hope one of us figures it out. Obviously, I would love it to be us, but I would just be happy to see it.
Well, I just came up with an idea. Remember those fiber optic strings?
Yeah.
That's an idea. I mean, the light travels only one way, but the technology, you never know.
I think that for some of the stuff that people are looking at, we're actually going to be hampered by battery technology. So a lot of these things require more power to extend and retract a blade, and right now the energy density in a current 18650 or even a 21700 cell is pretty low. So until battery technology changes, we're sort of hamstrung. But I think we will see, with solid state battery technology that's coming out soon, I think it'll filter down pretty quickly.
I mean that right there is just not only in the lightsaber community, but that's also a big one with cars,
mobile devices.
The batteries are technology is still behind, but I know that the future is coming up, and I know we're going to have a better, bright future when it comes to energy consumption. Now, on your collection, besides that, are you planning on adding another different model, or are you just sticking with what you have?
So we do have some new designs in the works. Right now, since the flood in the shop, we're behind on filling our inventory of things we are out of stock on. So we're working on getting caught up with that, and then we will start producing the new designs again. Unfortunately, that was just a huge disaster for us. So we have to recover from that.
I heard about that. That's a bad one.
Yeah.
And of course, you're still doing your line of commissioned and customized.
Yep. So we're trying to work through our backlog of customer, design custom stuff, and then also we still produce some of our own on the side as well for ready to ships and events like MegaCon and other conventions that we do.
Last year you did a beautiful piece. It was Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Did you have one this year?
I do. I have this year's Disney crossover is the Frozen stained glass with Anna and Elsa, as well as the cut through snowflake motif shroud and triple coat powder coating scheme with the blue, the white, and then a frosted sort of ice coating on the top of that.
Beautiful.
And then of course the cut through, shine through snowflake switch there.
One button operation?
No, two button.
Two button.
Yeah, most of our design stuff is going to be two button operation.
Correct.
Main and an auxiliary.
And you're still working mostly with CFX, correct?
Yeah, so Plector Labs has been there for us for the last 17 years, and we've been part of the development team on Crystal Focus since 2009 early, and it works great. It's almost
He's a great guy. Yeah.
It's almost infallible. The hardware is solid, the software is solid, and it's very easy to use.
Okay. One thing before we leave, what would you say to newcomers into this specific community? Any advice?
Any advice for newcomers as far as collectors, people getting into the hobby? Yeah, buy what you like. Find a reputable vendor. If you see something you like, get it and get into it, because it's going to be the rabbit hole for you. If you're really that guy that this is your love, you love Star Wars, you love lightsabers, you're going to fall down the rabbit hole. So, just find somebody that's reputable, that's been around a while, and they have something you like, buy it.
All right. Well, amazing work like always. Amazing team. I showed it to your wife. Amazing product. Finally got my better result. I'm not behind. So thanks a lot, and good luck years to come. And hopefully you're gonna see my review pretty soon.
All right.
Anyways, thanks a lot. You'd like to get us right now. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, man.
Very welcome.
All right, so let's talk about these beautiful display that you have here that we just did a pan on.
Yeah.
I'll edit it.
Yeah, so
you already showed me the Frozen one?
I did. So we like to do crossovers. We're big into other genres besides just Star Wars, and what better way as a fan than to combine two things you love into one thing. So we like to do a lot of crossover art. You got the Frozen here, obviously. We try to do some Disney stuff a couple times a year. Then we've got Lord of the Rings with the House of Durin. And this is the Guardian of Durin. And it's got a lot of the dwarvish motifs, as well as the crest of Durin, mainly from the Rings of Power art set, along with the door of Durin, or seal of Durin there on the back. Multicolored powder coating and weathering to sort of match the theming.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then my favorite era of Star Wars is the Old Republic.
Old Republic.
It's just something I really like. So we try to do a lot of very ornate artwork in that set in that time period. So we use a lot of bank scroll and other things. This is our Fury model, done with full body engraving on the bank scroll, plus the copper upper shroud and copper grips that have both been, all of them have been heat blued with fire as is appropriate. And then we've got our abalone inlay spear here, and then heat blued copper engraved switch insert to match.
That is amazing. And it's aluminum
body, copper grips, and copper shroud.
That is beautiful. I love the contrast.
Yeah. And then down below, we've got our Fallout. We've done a few of these, but I change the art up each time, do different vault numbers. This one's Vault 66 for Order 66. We've got our Nuka-Cola bottle cap inlays, because it takes a lot of bottle caps to build these sabers. Pip-Boy colored OLED screen there in the side. And we've got our fusion reactor pommel cell. Very cool. I like doing those. So we do the Zippos to match them as well. This one we've got our Arrakis from Dune. So this is the mural that you see in the Arrakis temple there.
That is one of my favorite color schemes. It's either copper black or gold black.
Yeah. And I did sort of like a sandy textured gold powder coating over here for the desert planet. And we've got a few of the other Easter eggs, like the mouse and the House Atreides symbol on the switch.
Yeah.
And of course, you got the worm motif on the back.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then this big boy over here, this is the Glorious Purpose, or Havoc of Loki, with the green leather and then the Norse work. And then, of course, in runic with the Glorious Purpose down here on the brass shroud.
Wow, that is impressive. And that leather looks awesome.
Yeah, that's like a dark green lambskin, very comfortable.
I like the dial detail right there in the middle. That gives it some kind of a degree that you think you're gonna clock it or something.
I did that first. There it is. Oh.
So like last year, the lucky buyer.
Yes.
No one from last year had a lucky buyer. So.
Yes. So the Beauty and the Beast was a couple who had gotten married at Disney, and actually had a Beauty and the Beast themed wedding. So it was providence that they showed up just then, right after their wedding, and it was meant to be. You know, we've had that happen a few times with some of our customs, where it just the right person. It was just like it was made for them. You know, and I love that. That's a great thing.
Made by special people.
Yeah.
You guys are special.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing all these beautiful other customized pieces. But there's plenty more. Anyone that's interested, of course, we go to River's Wall.
Yeah, if you're here at the show, we're at booth 4071.
Right in front of Marble, and this is number 51.
4071.
There you go,
Yeah.
4071. So if you want to come around, hey, if you want a real lightsaber, this is the place where to get it.
That's right.
All right.
Thanks, Hector.
Thanks a lot, man. Alright guys, you're not going to believe who I stumbled into. This guy is a legend. I follow him. He has a great collection. I'm gonna flip the camera around. How are you doing? Nice to see you. You are an amazing person. You have a great collection. You are my inspiration. I mean, I may not collect as much as you do, but my thing is lightsabers.
So the first thing I always tell people, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I led you down that dark path, because your wallet's gonna hurt over time.
Definitely. I mean, I just stick with lightsabers, and it starts getting up.
Yeah.
Because you want something better, or something else came out, or you gotta level it up. Correct. But one of these days, I'm gonna get to give a nice interview for you. What would you like to see you in the next 5 years to see how bigger the collection is? But in the meantime, what we say is a date. Thank you very much, man. All right. Biker Jailer signing off here. Thank you, guys. All right, man. All right, and we are here over at Pirate Duck. This gentleman, local, Floridian, has an extensive background on Disney things. I can't talk a whole bunch about it, but he is into printing, doing these prints on these beautiful shirts. I got one last year. It is still holding the colors and everything. Of course, you have to follow the instructions, but I'm gonna have him here for a little minute so that way you can know a little bit more.
Hi, just let you know, this is Pirate Duck. We're actually located out of Winter Garden. All the designs here are actually my own designs, whatever kind of crazy idea I come up with. Basically, my philosophy is this is something I want to wear, and if somebody's not making it, I'll make it on my own. And if I end up selling a few extra shirts, that's the best thing for me. It's have a lot of repeat customers. A lot of people request things. I actually make them for them as well. We do special orders, believe it or not. You have the right. You actually have the ability to customize any of the shirts here. We have blanks. We can mix and match different designs. So give us a look up. It is pirateducktees.com, and also you can hit up our Etsy site, which is also Pirate Duck Tees as well. All right.
And what is so special about this shirt? Not the print, but the print but the shirt.
I mean, one thing that's probably different about our shirts is we do a lot of testing before we even put them out on market. So like, for example, the bowling shirt I have on, I went through about 5 different companies. We washed them, we wore them, took them to the parks, like I go to the theme parks a lot, which ones breathe really well. We put the designs on it. How do they hold up? Same thing you did with the baseball jerseys. So we pulled all these different ones. I got one company I absolutely love, and we went from there. So.
And honestly, I am a client, and I know that they're very good quality, because usually these kind of prints, wash after wash, they come off. It doesn't matter if you do it with cold water, hot water. If you don't shrink it, if you shrink it, it doesn't matter. But your prints are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing MegaCon for 15 years, and I've had some people day one say, I bought this shirt, and I still wear it today, and it holds up.
That is awesome. Yeah. So you guys, we are here at MegaCon 2025. Pirate Duck is in 4129. Come and see them.